Democrat Congressman Jim Clyburn of South Carolina, top ally of President Biden, saying this. He would expect to see a mini primary ahead of the Democratic National Convention. That's if, only if, President Biden steps aside from re-election.
Okay, so who would be involved in this mini primary? Of course, first, you'd have to get President Biden to step down, which he says he's not doing. Congressional correspondent Kilmeny Duchart's live on Capitol Hill with more on this developing story. Kilmeny, good morning.
Emma, Sean, good morning. Happy 4th of July and good to be with you. This has been the subject of much debate and speculation. That is, who would replace President Biden if he were to step down. And in that scenario, Democratic Congressman Jim Clyburn says that he would be open to the idea of a mini primary. The South Carolina lawmaker, who's a close ally of President Biden, believes that there are around 700 uncommitted delegates. And in that hypothetical, he says Vice President Kamala Harris and Democratic governors would compete for the top spots on the ticket.
And I think that Kamala Harris would acquit herself very well in that kind of a process. But then it would be fair to everybody. So all of the other governors who may be interested, and there's some that I would be interested in hearing from as well, because if she were to be the nominee, we need to have a running mate, and need a strong running mate. And so all of this would give us a good opportunity, not just to measure up who would be good to be at the top of the ticket, but also who would be best in second place.
And that could look a lot like Ohio's virtual roll call, a process by which the state officially nominates President Biden as their candidate. Their ballot deadline is August 7th. So that happens just 2 weeks before the DNC's convention in Chicago. But some Democrats reportedly fear these type of replacement scenarios as much as keeping President Biden on the ticket. The Republican congressional campaign arm has already been targeting Kamala Harris, who is widely considered to be the top contender to replacing President Biden. Now, President Biden, of course, we know, has doubled down, saying he intends to stay in the race. But House Democrats, Sean and Emma, seem to be keeping all options on the table.